Good morning, Ladypreneurs. How are you all this lovely Sunday morning? I hope you're all well. I know it's very early. I'm just waiting for my daughter to finish work, and I haven't been able to go live for a couple of weeks. Lots of problems with my internet connection and my new phone not wanting me to share my data everywhere else, and on top of that, I've had a really busy couple of weeks with exams and things, so I just haven't been able to get on live at all. So I'm really sorry for my lack of appearances over the last couple of weeks. But I'm sitting here in the car park waiting for my daughter, and I've got signal and I've made notes for what I wanted to talk to you about today, which I have with me. So I thought I'll jump on this morning. I know probably not many of you are about to watch this live, but it will be here for you whatever time you surface. So how are you all? I hope you're all really well and having a lovely weekend. It's nice and sunny here down in Sussex, so I hope it lasts. It's lovely and warm, so I hope we're going to have a nice day. So today I wanted to talk to you about your Facebook timeline, your personal timeline. We've gone through over the last couple of months, we've looked at how to set up your profile. Then we did the Facebook live challenge. Forgot what I was saying for a minute there. And then we talked a little bit about what to post. So I just thought I'd give you 10 tips today about your posts to keep things more engaging on your timeline, to help people to start to know, like and trust you, and to react to what you're posting, join in with the conversation, basically to help develop the relationships that you're trying to build, which is what it's all about on your personal profile. So my first one for you today is to be you. Don't try and put on some sort of persona because you're running a business on social media. Your unique advantage is the fact that you are you and nobody else is you. You have your own unique quirks, your own experiences, your own skill set, your own life experiences that you are bringing to your business. So no matter what your business is and how much competition you have in that business sense, really you have no competition at all, because you are the only you that there is out there. So when you're posting, always try to use your own style and your own voice, and to keep that consistent across all your posts, whether you are writing posts, if you're posting funny stuff, you're showcasing your own sense of humour. Just try to keep that consistent through all your posts, because it helps people to get to know you and who you really are and what you're really like. And that will attract the right people to you, the sort of people that are going to want to work with you or buy from you, or whatever your particular aim is in promoting yourself on social media. It will help to make sure that you do attract the right sort of people to you. And when you are being consistent and posting every day, it's very difficult to try and remember, if you're putting on some sort of act, try and remember what you've said, what you've done, how you've done it. Whereas when you're yourself, you can just relax into it and be who you are. So it's much less stressful to be yourself, even though it is really scary. I know that, especially when you're going live. But if you can do that, it will serve you much better in the long run. So that was the first thing. Then the second thing, number 2, is to be consistent. And this is with the number of posts that you are posting. Now, you don't necessarily have to be posting all day, every day. And in fact, I have talked about this before. It can harm your reach if you do post too often. But decide what you can fit into your day, into your DMO, and stick to that every day. So the recommended amounts for posting is to post at least 5 times a week. So if you're only working Monday to Friday, you could just get away with posting once a day. And the maximum is to post 3 times a day. So just decide what fits in with you and what works in your lifestyle, in your DMO, and decide what number of posts you are going to make each day, and whether it is just going to be Monday to Friday or 7 days a week. But then be consistent with that. And if you can sort of plan out your posts in advance, it's much easier if you've got them all written out somewhere and saved, and you just have to copy and paste, even if you don't want to actually schedule your posts, because I know a lot of people don't like seeing scheduled posts on a personal profile, and people are worried about it harming their reach, although there is some debate over that, whether that is actually the case or not. But whatever it might be, if you don't actually want to schedule your posts, just prepare them in advance. Sit down on a Sunday, plan out what you're going to post throughout the week, get it written out and saved, and then literally you just have to copy and paste at whatever time it is you want to post each day. You've got those posts ready, you can just copy and paste them into your profile, and they're all ready to go. So that takes the stress off you as well and helps you to be more consistent. Number 3 is to be relevant. And what I mean by that is focus on what your audience needs. Don't worry about what you like necessarily, or, don't just post random stuff, because, what you see with a lot of people when they first start marketing on Facebook, so they've just joined a network marketing company and they feel like they have to be posting all the time. Whatever they see that they like, they just repost it or reshare it, and there's no sort of thought behind it as to what they're achieving with that, whether their audience is actually going to want to see that. So be, very focused on what your audience needs from you, and bear that in mind whenever you're posting. Is this going to be something that your audience needs? Is it going to help them in some way? Don't just be randomly posting Candy Crush requests and, silly videos. And it's fine to showcase your sense of humour, that's not what I'm saying, but keep it limited, and don't just, you go onto some people's profiles and literally they're posting every 2 minutes and it's random stuff. There's no sort of thread following through there telling people what they're all about. So that's what I mean by that, about being relevant. Just make sure that what you're posting is what your audience is going to want to see. Then number 4 sort of ties in with that, is be valuable. Again, it's making sure that your content is going to be useful for your audience, because if it is, they will follow you. They will keep coming back to your timeline to see what you're posting, what you have to say, because you are sharing value with them. You're being useful to them. They're learning from you. So they will, or you're entertaining them, so they will keep coming back for more. So make sure that you are valuable, that you are entertaining, and that you are educational. Make sure that your audience is learning stuff from you that they want to learn, that they're getting value from you. You might be posting stuff that's making them think about something they haven't thought about before. It might make them try to do something in a different way that they haven't thought of doing before. Or you might just be entertaining them. As I say, there's no harm in sharing the odd funny video, but try and make sure that it's relevant in some way. It ties in to your whole ethos, and it's showing something about you. Number 5 is always add an image or a video to your posts. If you just post text, there is a place for that every now and then, but generally speaking, it will not reach as many people. It won't be shown to as many people initially. So unless it's something that's really, really engaging and is going to get people talking and sharing and reacting to that post, it's not going to be visible to very many of your friends. I have gone through this before. There is a hierarchy with posts on Facebook, and the way the algorithm works is that the type of post that you're posting determines how many people it's shown to, on your friends list initially. There are a lot more components to it than just that, but this is a big defining factor. So the very top one is going live. That will always be shown to a bigger percentage of your friends list first than any other type of post. Then it's any other type of video. Then it's anything with an image. And then right down at the bottom is just a text post that's literally just a block of text and nothing else. That will be shown to the fewest number of people. So if you can always add some sort of image or video to your post, it will be shown to more people initially. Now, how much that will expand depends on how engaging that post is. So if somebody likes or comments on it straight away and then you respond to that comment, then it will be shown to a few more people. And every time that there's a comment made and you respond, it will be shown to more people again. And I've done another training on this before about timing with your response to things. So if you scroll through the group, you should be able to find that. But that's why with just a text post, that will be shown to the fewest number of people before there's any sort of reaction taken place. So always try, if you can, to add an image, or even better, if you've got an image that you want to use, if you turn it into a little video by using something like Lumiere or something like that, then that will be shown to more people than just a plain image. So that's a couple of things to bear in mind to get your posts to get more visibility and engagement. Number 6 is timing. Now this is, there's a lot of discussion around timing of posting. If you go on to places like Pinterest or Google, you'll see lots and lots of infographics giving you information as to the best times to post on the different social media platforms. But it is a really general guideline, and it does depend on your particular audience, who they are, where they are, what they're up to, and it can really vary depending on your niche. So a good idea is to actually keep a log. If you can, look at the type of posts that you're posting and the different times and the different days that you're posting them, and see what sort of reaction they're getting. And over a week or so, you would probably get quite a good idea of what type of posts work best for you, but also the timings. When is your audience on Facebook? When are they most likely to react to what you're posting? Now, obviously, if you've got a worldwide audience, your timing is going to be, your window is going to be wider than if you are just targeting a UK-based audience. Because obviously, if all of the people that you want to work with are in the UK and you're posting at 2 o'clock in the morning, the majority of people are going to be in bed at that time. They're not going to be on Facebook. Whereas if your audience is also in the States or in Australia or places like that, then obviously posting in the middle of the night is going to be irrelevant. You're going to be reaching those people. So again, although timing, there are guidelines on timing, and a lot of these things do say post between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. It is a variable, and it does depend on your audience. So again, it's something that you can look at and you can tweak and test and try out to see when works best for you and your particular audience. Now, having said all that, it's better to post at the worst time of day than not post at all. So, as with all of these things, you need to use your own experience, watch how things work for you and tweak them accordingly. And taking any action is better than taking no action. So these are all, optimal advice that I'm giving you, but it is all dependent upon you and your audience and when you can work. So just take that into account. Number 7 is the KISS. Keep it short and simple. Now, with most Facebook posts, the ideal length of post for the biggest amount of engagement is apparently between 150 to 250 characters. Now, that's again not to say that you should never ever post anything longer than 250 characters. Obviously, there is a place for long, detailed posts. But if you generally, on the majority of your timeline, can keep your posts short and to the point, people have a very short attention span, and if they click on a post and it looks like it's pages and pages and pages long, most people will not read it. So your engagement is going to drop down. So as I say, yes, certainly use those more detailed posts every now and then, but for the majority of your posts, if you keep them very short and to the point, you will see much better engagement from your audience. Now, what you can do if you've got a longer post that you want to use, you could put that into your group and then just take a little excerpt from it and put that on your profile, and then say, read the whole article in my group, and that way you can be attracting new group members to your group, and they're going to be sort of self-selected. They're going to be the sort of people that want to read what you have to say because they've read a little snippet, they're interested in learning more, and so they will be the right sort of person to join your group. So that's a good technique to use to get people into your group. Number 8 is always have a call to action on your posts. It doesn't always have to be buy now, buy this, buy here. It can be asking a question and asking people to answer it. It can be come and join my group, as I've just said in the last point. It can be a link to a blog post. It can be all sorts of things. Anything where you want your audience to take some sort of action, just always remember to pop in your post an instruction that you want them to follow. I say, even if it is just a simple question that they can answer, because again, that helps to boost the engagement on your posts. And the more your posts generally get lots of reaction and lots of engagement, the more they will be shown to your audience over time. You know, we're training Facebook that we are popular, engaging people, and that everybody wants to see our posts. That's the whole point of doing all this. So always have a call to action. Number 9 is to make lists. So for your posts, you know, like this one, I've done 10 ways to make your posts more engaging. You know, say 3 tips to do this, or 6 ways to do such and such. Anything like that, anything that's a list, people love that, and it's easy to read because if you've got them listed out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, people can see straight away it's a list. It's easy to read, quick to get through, so they're more likely to stay on your post and read it all the way through, and then give you a like or a heart or whatever, or hopefully even a comment at the end of it. So that's a really good way to boost engagement as well. And then the last one is, I mentioned it previously, go live. This is the biggest way to build your audience and get your audience engaging with you, is to be going live on your personal profile. You all know that there's a 30-day live challenge within this group, and it's there for you to use. So anytime you're ready, start following the challenge. It really does make a huge difference if you can get yourself going live. You can start off going live in this group. You don't have to launch yourself straight onto the wider world. You can practice in here, get used to doing it. But it really does make a huge difference. And as I say, lives are the number 1 way to get the biggest views on your posts, because Facebook love them and they reward you for doing them. So if you do a live, it will be straight away shown to the biggest percentage of your friends list than any other type of post. So again, I'm not saying you should be going live every single day. If you're doing the 30-day live challenge, that's a bit different, because it's a challenge, is to get you out of your comfort zone, to get you used to doing lives. building on the skills, that initial 30 days, it's a really good idea to go live every day. But once you've done that, if you just go live even once a week, a couple of times a week, 3 times a week, whatever you're comfortable doing, however you can fit it in, it's a really good way of boosting the views on your profile, because it will be shown to more people. And you don't need to worry about making mistakes or being nervous. People love it. They love to see real people doing it, because so few people feel comfortable going live, and they will not take that action and do it. When they see somebody they know doing it, it's like, wow, you know, if she can do it, maybe I can. Or they just watch you to see how you're doing and how you're improving, and most people are cheering you on. And if they're knocking you, they're not your audience. They're not the sort of people you want to be working with anyway. So just get rid of them. It doesn't matter what they think. All that matters is that you're appealing to the right people for you, and they will love you for going live. And you can tell them that you're nervous, and they'll be cheering you on. And if you make a mistake, you know, just laugh at yourself. I'm fumbling over my words all the time. I always forget what I'm saying. I'm always nervous, but I just do it because I'm helping you people out there, and that's what I'm doing it for. You know, don't think about yourself. Think about the person out there that you're trying to help, and that really does help you to sort of just do it. So that's the biggest one, is to go live. It really does make a difference. So I hope those 10 tips have helped you today. I hope I've not waffled on too long. I can't see the screen because the way the sun's shining, it's directly on my phone screen. So if there is anybody on, I'm sorry I haven't said good morning to you. I will go back and catch up with any comments. But as I say, I hope that you have found that helpful this morning, and that you will be able to incorporate these 10 tips into your posts to make your Facebook personal profile a more entertaining and engaging place for your audience to be, to get them coming back and watching what you're doing, and ultimately buying from you or joining you. So if you have any questions about anything that I've gone over today, pop them in the comments below, and I'll come back later and answer any questions. If you think that this would be useful for anybody else you know, please do invite them into the group, but do ask them first. And if you haven't done the 30-day live challenge yet, why not start today? Have a go. It's all in the units. It's all there for you to use. I give you a little tip every day to help you with your lives, and I give you a topic to use, so you don't even have to think about what you're going to talk about. It's all there for you to make it easy for you. So have an awesome Sunday, whatever you're up to. I think it's about time for my daughter to come out now, so I'm going to sign off here, and I will speak to you all again next Sunday, if not before. Have a really good week, and thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.